Hi there. Have you ever felt overwhelmed, stressed out, burned out, and yet you wonder how highly successful people that seem to be even busier than you thrive and tend to show up looking calm, cool, collected, and seemingly always put together? Well, I want you to know that you're not alone in having this question. And today you're going to discover the three simple ways to be calmer, to relax, and to reduce stress. Now, if we're meeting for the very first time, my name is Jennifer Joy Jimenez, and I am the founder and director of the Health and Wellbeing Division of Brave Thinking Institute. Brave Thinking Institute is the premier training center for transformational coaching. Our mission is to empower people to create and live a life they love. And we believe in people, which means we believe in you. And we believe that you are far more powerful and contain more potential than any circumstance, situation, or condition, which includes any amount of stress that you might be experiencing. And I have literally over 15 years of transformational coaching experience, having worked with thousands of incredible, heart-centered, amazing souls who want to create and live a life they love, but they're having a challenge with work-life harmony and really handling all the demands that are upon us as modern people, trying to juggle it all and also thrive at the same time. So let me share with you a little bit about stress and the signs and signals of stress. So if you're experiencing worry, anxiety, feeling of overwhelm, a difficulty concentrating, maybe you have mood swings or changes in your mood, maybe you're feeling short-tempered or snapping at your loved ones, difficulty relaxing, feelings of depression, maybe some low self-esteem. Physically, maybe you're eating more or less than usual. Maybe you have been experiencing changes in your sleep habits. Maybe you find yourself moving or using coping. Maybe you find yourself using coping mechanisms like alcohol or tobacco or drugs to relax. Maybe you have aches and pains, and particularly some muscle tension or other physical ailments you feel are maybe due to stress, maybe digestive issues, constipation, feeling of nauseousness or dizziness, or maybe even a loss of sex drive. So if any of these things ring a bell, you're not alone. You're one of literally millions of people that are dealing with the signs and signals of stress. Now, obviously, I think most of us know what causes stress. It can be work stress, can be emotional stress, it can be environmental stress or life events. It can be global events like the stress of knowing that there's problems around the world, or our global pandemic. There's my doggy coming over to say hello. Here's what I want you to know. There's really two schools of thought. One school of thought says that preventing and managing long-term stress can absolutely lower our risk for other conditions like heart disease, obesity, blood pressure, and depression. However, there's also another school of thought. So I really see this as a both and. I see our ability to manage stress, of course, improving our overall mental, emotional, and physical health. But also a new piece of research from Stanford, and I want to quote Stanford psychologist Kelly McGonigal, who talks about this new research indicating that stress, now I want to add here a caveat, if managed properly, can actually make us stronger, smarter, and happier. And I think the most important thing is learning the mindset that goes with creating that result. Now, the initial research on stress mindset, which was conducted by Stanford psychologist assistant professor Alia Crum, showed that viewing stress as a helpful part of life versus a harmful part of life was absolutely associated with better health, emotional well-being, and productivity at work, even during times or periods of high stress. So what this research ultimately says is that once you appreciate that going through stress actually makes you better for it and better at it, it can be easier to face the challenges that we face every day. Now, here at Brave Thinking Institute, we believe that thoughts become things, that life is not happening to us, but we are co-creating the results that we would love to see in our life. So therefore, a common hour thought around stress is that this stressful situation is happening to me, that I'm a victim of stress, and therefore I have no control over changing it. A brave thinking mindset is that life is happening for me, that life isn't just happening to me, but life is happening for my ultimate growth. Now, we believe that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. Therefore, every single situation of life is for our spiritual growth, our awareness training. I like to call this our spiritual life school. And so therefore, just like if we're faced with a math problem, we learn and grow in our math skills. So a life problem is designed to help us learn and grow and to become all that we're meant to be. Now, I have a little bit of experience in this as a mother of 3, as a busy entrepreneur, and somebody that had many years in the corporate world. I absolutely have at times found it difficult to juggle all of the many challenges of life. And particularly 15 years ago, before I launched my work in this world as a transformational coach, I found myself suffering from burnout. I was working 60 hours a week. I had stopped exercising. I had stopped using my normal movement and health practices. And I was absolutely everything I described that would be the signs and signals of stress. I was having a difficult time sleeping. I was having digestive problems. I was feeling the aches and pains. I was having a difficult time focusing. I was snapping at the kids. I was an unhappy mom and wife, all of the above. And I learned some tools that have absolutely not only transformed my life, but now 15 years later, as a world-renowned transformational coach and health and wellness expert, having helped thousands of people, especially women like you, transform their lives and create a life that you love, that you can thrive in. I've learned some very simple yet highly effective tools. And I'm going to be describing the 3 R's today that can absolutely transform your life and help you shift out of stress is happening to me into life is happening for me. And I have the ability to create and live a life I love proactively with this beautiful power that is breathing me. So let's just pause right here. And one of the most powerful ways to shift stress is honestly through the simple act of breathing. On my voicemail, if you call my cell phone, you'll get a message that says, "Hi, you've reached Jennifer Jimenez. Let's take a moment and pause and let's take a deep breath." So let's do this together now, breathing in and exhale. And let's remember truly what an incredible life this really is. And that just that simple act of pausing and taking a nice deep breath. I first left that voicemail on my phone over 10 years ago, just randomly one day, just out of creativity. And I have literally received hundreds and hundreds of people that said, "Oh my gosh, thank you for that. I really needed to take a deep breath and I already feel less stressed out." So anytime you feel stressed out, taking a deep breath will literally turn down the stress reflex in your system, right? So it turns on the parasympathetic nervous system, turns off the sympathetic nervous system, and calms your mind, body, and spirit. Now, thousands and thousands of women worldwide have used these tools to transform their well-being and lifestyle from the inside out. And now it's your turn to feel more confident in your skin, less stressed, and more alive in your life than ever before. So what are these 3 R's? These are 3 simple ways to be calmer, relaxed, and reduce stress. So the first R stands for having a resiliency mindset. So being resilient doesn't mean that you won't experience stress or emotional upheaval or maybe suffering in your life. But what it does is it's your ability to experience adversity and bounce back and actually come through it feeling even stronger and more resourced and wiser for it. It's part of our, like I said, spiritual life school. Now, the Stanford research says that there's 3 proactive beliefs around stress that will help you be resilient. The first is to view that your body's stress response when you go into fight or flight is actually helpful, not debilitating. So you can use this additional boost of energy for your benefit. This is why Olympians are trained under some amounts of stress so they can use that adrenaline and that extra energy for their benefit. NASA also trains their astronauts under stress so they can learn to use that stress for their benefit. And we, as regular human beings, can also do the same. In addition, you want to view yourself as able to handle and even learn and grow from the stress in your life. Again, we're shifting from this is happening to me, this is tearing me down, to this is happening for me, and I can learn and grow from this experience. The third is to view stress as something that everyone deals with. It's not a sign or signal that you have a messed up life. It's not that you're doing it wrong. It's that this is actually a gift and an opportunity to grow. Now, the second R is to reverse engineer your calendar. You are in charge of your calendar. So to reverse engineer, to install recovery moments into your calendar versus feeling like you're on a freight train or on a treadmill that's never ending and there's never a moment to pause and recover. And you might be surprised that 5 minutes can go a lot further than you might realize. So when you're looking at your calendar, instead of going back to back to back to back with meetings, you want to plug in little moments in between, maybe 5-10 minutes in between meetings, maybe a 15-minute stand up and stretch break. Make sure you have your 30-minute meal break plugged in. And what I have found, even personally as an entrepreneur, that if I don't pre-plan for that in advance, then it's so easy to get a full day just booked back to back to back to back without even realizing it. So that means prioritizing yourself. It means preparing for, high moments of stress or times, and then plugging in that recovery time. And that really is your third R, is your recovery time. And that is to refuel, rest, and recharge. Now, when we don't think of proactive ways to refuel, rest, and recharge, then often we go into defaulting into reactive coping mechanisms using alcohol, caffeine, sugar, or addictive ways to give us that boost of endorphins that we might be looking for. But there's so many healthier ways to do that. So if you make sure that you take some deep breathing breaks, you take some movement breaks, you plug in time to refuel yourself, to hydrate yourself, or even just take a 10-minute cat nap to just recharge your brain, to unplug from technology and let that brain rest. Closing those eyes, you're going to be 1,000 times happier, less stressed, and more vibrant for it. Now, here are some additional ways to calm yourself. You want to acknowledge how you feel. You want to challenge any anxious thoughts and think, how can this help me be more resilient? What is this here to help me learn or discover? Or how is this helping me grow? You can play with some positive affirmations. As an institute, we provide you with positive affirmations. So you can find that in some of the additional blog articles and videos that are provided here. You want to find moments to appreciate yourself and all that you do. So self-praise. One of the things that I love to provide is mindful meditation or guided visualization. You can have a stress journal and just jot down everything that might feel like it's causing stress. And then on the other side of the page, write down all the ways that this is helping you to grow and everything that you're grateful for. And then you also want to watch out for being around people that are kind of wired for stress. They're constantly anxious, they're constantly complaining. Maybe distance yourself as much as possible from those people and seek people that live and in their default in a positive, uplifting, grateful attitude and mood, because energy is contagious. Now, a few other ways are, of course, you can use essential oils or soothing scents You can make sure that you play or pet your pets if you have pets. You can use music as ways to relax. You can use dance. One of my favorite ways of de-stressing and recharging is conscious dance. I'm the founder and creator of a conscious dance modality called Transcendence, which is for all movement levels, all ages, from the person who's totally out of shape to the person who's very much in shape and everything in between. It's a great way just to, burn off some of the stress and to let off some steam in a positive, empowering, healthy way. Of course, you want to make sure you're getting sleep and to just really schedule in that downtime. Nature is another great thing. Just even coming out here and doing this video in front of this tree is super, super powerful. Now, I have a gift for you, and that gift is a confidence kit with the 3 fun 5-minute practices that will help you rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Now, these are 5-minute practices. So if you're ever feeling stressed or strapped for time, you can install this little 5-minute practice. So the first is what's called the 5-minute confidence lifter. So if you're feeling down about yourself or depressed, you can use this tool, feel more confident, beautiful, and loved in your own skin without changing anything on the outside. The second is the 5-minute body energizer. And this is a way to energize and recharge your body and enjoy more fun and pleasurable movements with music. So this is where I'm supporting you in a 5-minute movement break that I think you're going to absolutely love. And the third is what I call the 5-minute soul rejuvenator. And this is to increase fun, for you to feel inspired, and to rejuvenate your soul. So these are 3 super easy to implement 5-minute practices that can move you from being burned out and stressed to feeling a little more refueled and rejuvenated in your day. And this is really how I transformed my life from being burned out to a place where I am today, where I'm thriving. I started with small incremental things that I could begin right where I was with what I had. And I began some of these 5-minute practices. And it not only has changed my life, but the lives of thousands of beautiful souls that I work with. So to recap, your 3 R's are having a resiliency mindset, reverse engineering your calendar so that you have places where you can recover. And number 3 is to have your recovery plan, to refuel, to rest, and to recharge. And I've given you a gift where you can click the button provided here to allow you to download this free confidence kit. And it includes an ebook, it includes a guided meditation, and it teaches you everything you need to know to begin to recharge and to refuel in just 5 simple, fun minutes a day. So if you have felt that this video has been helpful, please make sure to click the like button. Please make sure to subscribe it. Feel free to forward it and share it with those that you feel maybe a little stressed out right now and needing some simple tools to be able to renew and recover and rejuvenate. If you're new to this community, know that we regularly put out incredible, life-changing, transformational coaching tips and tools that are tested and proven and absolutely work. So make sure you subscribe so you can be getting notifications about when new videos are coming out. And I want you to know that you absolutely deserve to thrive, that we believe in you, we believe in the power breathing you, and we know that these tools work. So I encourage you to download your free gift today. And until next time, think bravely.